Good morning students, welcome. In our last video, we have seen some of the basic characteristics of the leader and what type of functions need to be carried out by the leader. It was studied in our last video. In today's video, we are going to see the leadership style, which is one of the most important topic for your examination. So, leadership style. Basically, this is style which may be performed or which may be used by business organization to carry out work according to your employees. In our last video, in our last chapter, we have seen some basic leadership style like autocratic, free range style, this type discussion style, this type of style have been studied in our previous chapters. Same leadership style, any other point is available. Autocratic, say, free range, say, discussion method. This type of method is to be implemented in any business organization to carry out work more very in good manner according to your employee type. If your employees are good and if your employees are competent, at that time you can use a free range style. Your employees are not ready to take any responsibility over them, at that time you can use autocratic style. So, on the page number 23, there is the behavior of the leader towards his subordinates, or the way he uses his leadership skill and authority have been divided into three styles. The first is autocratic. The first style is autocratic. So, you already learned this leadership style in our previous video. So basically, this is your quick revision. In this leadership style, the leaders assume that the employees should not be given any freedom to do work. They should be given orders and instructions. They have to be strictly dealt with it. This style is based on the belief that employees on their own are unable to do any work. It means in the autocratic style, the leader believes that their employees is not able to carry out any work and they have to work according to the instruction of their own. It means leader always gives instruction and orders to their subordinates, to their business employees, because they don't have any freedom and he don't have any idea about what type of work should be carried out by the employees. So this is called the autocratic style. After that, there is given in case of untrained, uneducated and illiterate employees, this style becomes more necessary. This style is divided into three categories. Basically, where employees are untrained, they don't have any training related to the work. They are uneducated in the terms of education qualification and the illiterate. In that type of case, in that type of work, in that type of business organization, this type is helpful. So after that, this type is divided into three categories. The first is centralization of authority. Excuse me. The total authority is retained by the leader the subordinates are not given any power, speedy decisions become possible. Where employees are untrained and illiterate, this method becomes more useful. It means in the centralization of authority of the autocratic leadership style, all the authorities are centralized to only leader only. They don't have any trust over their employees, and they believe that he is the only king of this business organization, and he has only power to take any decision. In that type of business organization, it is called the autocratic leadership. All the authorities is centralized to their only one person, that is owner. No type of there in this type of leadership. Basically, the leader does not have any type of trust on their employees because most of the employees are uneducated or illiterate. So he never want to take any type of risk. One of the main limitations is that the leader has to face excessive workload. Due to more workload, he is unable to concentrate on important decisions. Here, all the decision has to be taken by only business owner, only by the leader. So sometimes leader feels workload over there. લીડર જે છે એના ઉપર વધારે કામ કે બધા ડિસિઝન જે લોકો કરે છે તેમના ઉપર વર્કલોડ વધી જશે અને વર્કલોડ વધી જશે if the workload of the leader will increase. In that case, the leader is not ready to take important decision, taken into consideration of the important decision. The employees who are not given any authority do not stay in business for a long time. They leave the current occupation as soon as they get other opportunity. The labor turnover rate is increases. This is one of the most important things. When authority is only centralized to one person and he is always take order and have to work according to the order, in that type of case, the business organization of the business owner always feel labor turnover, because when any person has to take order and have to work according to the order, at that time, most of the time, employee feels bored in business organization, and as soon as they get better opportunity in other organization, he will shift themselves to other business organization. After that, the second point is less stress. On orders. Orders are issued to the subordinates to get the work done. Educated employees are not interested to take such orders. Uneducated employees get bored taking such orders. Employees are not having enthusiasm towards their work. In cases where employees are not interested to take up any responsibility, this technique is helpful. In this, it says that all the employees always have to take stress on the orders. It means no employee has any right to take any decision at their own. Whenever they want to do any work, at that time he always need to take advice, need to take orders from the higher level authorities. And as we have seen, if any educated person are there, say for example, in any college, if there is any person who has the highest degree who has the very good education qualification, and at that time, if he always needs to take orders from the authority, at that time, from the long time, that particular person feels bored to take orders. So, in that type of business organization, but if we take example of any company, in the colleges, this is not right in the most of the time. But in the business organization, like mega companies, big companies, in that type of business organization, there are a number of employees are there who is not that much capable, and he become the leader. And if in this company this type of leader is there, most of the person who is educated does not like to take orders from that person. And if any person who does not have any education qualification or good education, but all the person is always have to take step only after orders, at that time their all person feels bored. So this is not right. But employees are not having enthusiasm towards their work. Most of the time employees does not feel any motivation, does not feel enthusiasm to work in that particular. In cases where employees are not interested to take up any responsibility, this technique is useful. Where the employees are not ready to take any responsibility, in that type of business organization, this is helpful. After that, maintain strict supervision. Maintain strict supervision. Strict supervision is one of the policies. An autocratic leader does not have trust on his employees. Most of the employees are against this system. It means over your employees, the leader have to take strict supervision, and he always needs to take each and every moment's report to particular person, to their leader. When they say strict supervision રાખવાનું છે, તમને પણ જે છે એક્ઝામ્પલ ખબર છે કે સુપરવાઇઝર હોય શું શીખવું હોય તો એ સ્ટુડન્ટ્સને પણ ગમતું નથી. તો વિચારો, if any persons are there who is only have to take orders from the higher level authorities and have to take decisions according to it, so this is also not right where the education or where the employees are educated. Benefits. The following are the main benefits of this type. Those employees who are accustomed to receiving directions and orders from their superior can accept this type. It means the employees always willing to take orders from their higher level authorities. That type of person may like this leadership style. The manager practice returns and it also self-motivates him. Manager always believes that he is the king of the market, he is the king of the business organization, and according to that, he always motivates themselves. So, no matter what other always motivated or not, but the always manager stay motivated because he feels that all the orders and all the decisions is to be taken by himself also. Speedy decisions are taken as soon as one person has total control. This is also one of the most important benefit of the autocratic style. All the time, only one person has to take decision. So, all the time, if there is a decision has to be taken by more than one person, there may be not same decision has to be taken by the person. But if only one person will take a decision, in this case, the leader have to take decision. So, decision could be taken very speedy. Employees do not have to plan, organize, and take decisions. So less efficient employees can concentrate on their work properly. In this type of business organization, if any employees are less efficient, and in this time he is not have to take decisions in the business organization and not to take any part on the management, so he can take part, he can concentrate on the work only. After that, what are the demerits? Autocratic approach is three. Due to negative motivation, this type is not much favored by employees. It means in this business, in this type, the employees always have to take orders, and most of the time employees does not feel motivated, so he don't like this type of leadership style. Due to lack of positive motivation, the employees get depressed and inactive. This reduces morale and enthusiasm. Here, they always have to take orders. They don't have any motivation to work in that business organization, and this is not right for the business. After that, as employees have no voice in the decision making, the business loses the benefits of various opinions and advice. In the business organization, employee does not have any voice in the decision taking. The decision which is taken by the leader, employee only have to implement that decision on particular thing on their work. So he does not have any voice in the decision making. And when you are not participating in any decision making, at that time, all the time you feel that this decision is not mine. This decision is taken by other person. So all the time employees try to overcome or try to not done that particular work. એને જે છે એ ઘણી બધી વખત શું કરે તો એ જ્યારે કોઈ પણ પ્રકારનું ડિસિઝન લેવાનું હોય એને એવું થાય કે આ ડિસિઝન મેં નથી લીધું, તો એ ડિસિઝન જે છે એને ઇગ્નોર કરવાની ટ્રાય કરે છે. So it leads to misuse of power. This is one of the most important demerits, because when only one person has power to take all the decisions, at that time he feels that he is the king of the business organization. And in the mega company, in the most of the bigger company, all the managers have to take decision and have to give orders to their employees, and sometimes he misuse their power. When is this style useful? Where strict policy and regulation have to be considered? When, if a business organization is that type, where all the policy and regulation have to be strictly followed, in that type of business organization this is helpful. Where employees are uneducated, untrained and irresponsible. When in a business organization your employees are not responsible towards their work, you know your employees will not do work even if you are trust over them. So in that type of business organization, this type is good for your business organization. Where there is an emergency or critical situation, where in a business organization, if an emergency is there, where work has to be undertaken from less efficient employees. In a business organization, if you have to work from the less efficient workers, in that type also they will have. The second leadership style is democratic leadership approach. This is the democratic form of leadership. In this form, employees' efforts are coordinated with each other. It means your employees' efforts, which is leader and employee efforts, have to be coordinated with this type of leadership style. Employees' views and suggestions are considered by the leaders through formal and informal meetings. Employee suggestions are taken into consideration. It means in a business organization, if any employees are efficient to take decision and he has good power, he has good sense of humor to take decision in the right way, so these type of decisions will be taken into consideration in the democratic approach. In this case, in the autocratic leadership style, there is no any scope to take suggestions from the employees. If in your business organization any employees have power, any employees have a good sense of humor, good capabilities to take decisions, in this case this is not possible. But in this case, the democratic leadership style, leader always tries to win the trust of the employees. So here he will take suggestions from the employees, and the suggestion is good enough to implement in the business organization, that particular suggestions will be implemented in the business organization, and these suggestions will be taken into consideration. This suggestion is taken in formal and informal meetings. In formal meetings, a written notice is given in which the place of meeting, time and matters are specified. The main aim of meeting is to explain the main objectives of policies, explaining the necessary changes to be made in the organization. It means if the meeting is held, meeting is convened by formally, it means the written notice is issued to every member of the company. And what is the agenda of the company? Agenda means which type of topic is to be discussed in the business organization. This will be discussed in this type of business, in this type of meeting. And according to the suggestion, if any suggestion is good enough to implement it in the business organization, then that type of suggestion is taken into consideration by the leader. Informal meetings are called without giving any notice to the employees. In the informal meetings, there is no written notice is issued to the employees. Only certain employees of some departments are called for this meeting. Only few employees have to be called for the meeting. The main aim of this meeting is to hold talks related to facing contingencies. जो कोई प्रॉब्लम हो, जो कोई कंटिजेंसी हो, तो एमने फेस करवा माटे जे मीटिंग बोलावવામાં આવે છે. The meeting will be called if there is any contingency or if any problems are in the market or up in the business organization, how that problem can be faced or how that problem can be removed, and or providing the necessary information to the employees. But if any important information is there, then to give important information to the employees, this type of meetings can be called benefits. The following are the benefits of this type. Importance is given to the suggestions and ideas of the employees so that their egos is satisfied and they are self-motivated. This is one of the most important benefit of the democratic style, because when you are take suggestions from your employees, when you give importance to your employees, at that time they feel that this decision is taken by me, this decision is taken by our employees, our staff. And when you give task to their employees, they will feel motivated and work more enthusiasm. Employees put in more efforts as their views and suggestions are considered. When you give any suggestion and that suggestion will taken into consideration by the management, by the higher level authority, then this will give you the most efficient and honest worker in the business organization. As a result, the productivity and efficiency of the employees increases. When you taken into consideration the suggestions given by the employees, at that time they feel motivated and they work in the business organization with more enthusiasm. Employees try to work harder as their efforts are recognized. In the business organization, employee feels that this decision is taken by us. આપણા દ્વારા નિર્ણય લેવામાં આવેલો છે, and when decisions are taken by the all the group members, at that time all the employees feel motivated and work in the more the morale of the employees increases, and so the enthusiasm level increases, the second line of leaders can be prepared. In the business organization, in this type of business organization, the second line of leader cannot be created. Why? Because all the decision has to be taken by only one person, and he will take decision as per their desire, as per their will. Which type of decision is to be taken? Is the decision of the employees taken into consideration or not? This is all related with the leader. Leader में मजा आएगा decision ले सकते हैं. But in the democratic style, in the democratic approach, the suggestion will be taken into consideration by the leader. So employees also have idea how decision can be taken in the business organization if any situation is arises. So second line of the leader can be created in the democratic style. In the autocratic style, this is not possible to create second line of the leader. Demerits. The following are the demerits of the democratic approach. The first demerit is, if managers are not able to successfully implement this style, then they will not be able to read its benefit. Read means મેળવવા, to get. હવે તમારા જે મેનેજર છે એ સક્ષમ ના હોય એ લીડરશિપ સ્ટાઇલને ઇમ્પ્લિમેન્ટ કરવા માટે, when your manager or when your management bodies are not enough capable to take decision, at that time you will not take the benefits of this decision, of this leadership style. Sometimes employees themselves are not interested to take decisions as they are confused. Sometimes your employees are not ready to take decisions or not ready to take responsibility. In that type of work also, this is not important, this is not beneficial. Due to lack of coordination between various departments, this style may not give adequate result. If in your business organization different departments are not working in the coordination, in that type of business organization also, this is not gives you result or gives you what which your desire. Under which situation this style is useful? When employees are educated, trained, and they have enough good logical reasoning to understand situation, this style is useful. It means in your business organization, if your employees are good enough to understand the things and they are educated and trained in that type of work, in that type of business organization, this is important or this is helpful. Where employees have to take routine decisions frequently. If your business organization is that, in that business organization, your employees have to take some of the routine decisions regularly. In that type of business organization also, this is important and this is helpful in your business organization. After that, where employees are confident enough to take decisions. It means in your business organization, if your business employees are good enough to take decisions by their own and they are fully confident to take decisions, in that type of business organization, this is also helpful. So this is the all about the leadership style, autocratic leadership style and democratic leadership style. The third style is a free range style of leadership, which will be discussed in our next video. Thank you.